As promised, here's our tutorial on chi-squared. Here you can see chi-squared is basically used to determine if there's a relationship between levels of nominally scaled variables. So levels of nominally scaled variables. So here we're looking at a couple of things. We're looking at the different classes, which is the aerobic dance and the circular weight, and then the nominally scaled variables, which is the male and females, the males versus females. It gives us the hypothesis or the null hypothesis of there is no relationship between genders and class. So that's basically saying that women enjoy strength training or circuit training as much as men enjoy aerobic dance. And then we have the H1 suggesting that there is a relationship between gender and class. So think of X0 as the z-score. So the smaller numbers that gets populated are generally towards the middle of the normal distribution, whereas the larger numbers go out towards the tails. Page 76 gives us the data that goes into SPSS if you choose to use SPSS. Basically this data is broken down. It suggests ID as basically a participant. Some people put names there, some people use numbers. Sometimes it's just easier to classify them as a number, but you look at the gender, you see the ones and the twos. Ones indicate males, twos indicates females, and then you got your classes again that's scaled as a 1 and a 2 as well. So ones indicating the circuit training and the twos indicating dance class. So basically what we're looking at is I don't want to call it a crossover method, but some variation indicating. But let's look at these numbers real quick. So again, let's in columns 3 and 6, you can see the ones and the twos indicating the different types of classes. So here you're looking at participants 1 through 9, suggesting that, or I'm sorry, 1 through 10 going into the circuit training class, and then you can see that there's from participant 11 down to 15, we start the twos. So these are the people who are now entering in the aerobic dance class. Go over to column 6, and you can see that it's all twos. So moving back over to column 2 and 3, now I'm introducing 2 and 3 into this because when you look at row 10, that's the last male participant participating in the circuit training class. Row 11, 12, or 11 and 12 are males participating in the aerobic dance class. So keep that in mind as we go through this next slide. Here I've blown up page 76 so we could see it a little easier, and I apologize for the coloring of these pictures. Basically the lighting of my apartment is pretty poor, so I've had to modify and enhance these pictures to hopefully make them legible. That's also kind of why they're slightly blurry too. I tried using my flash, but it got all kinds of wonky. But getting back onto this example here, without reading into the chapter, they set the p-value at 0.05. Which means anything below that makes it a significant result. So here what we're looking at, if you look, starting from this top category here, what we're looking at is a valid, a missing, and a total. Basically it's from both classes. The amount of participants, right? We got 30 people participating, which would equal 100%. Here in this example, nobody's missing, which means 0% is missing, and thus allowing a total percent or a total population percent of 100%. In this next graph or table, we'll call those tables, table BLE, you see that 10 male participants and 0 female participants are in the circuit weight training class. And going back over to the table again, you can see that it's these individuals here that signed up for that class, and they relate heavily to all ones, all ones all around. So but 2 males, right, met up with 18 females and made a class of 20 people to enjoy aerobic dance. Thus, again, equaling the 30 here, and you got 12 male participants, and you got 18 female participants, so those are just totals. Down here, what we're looking at, what we want to see is a couple of numbers here. Obviously, we want to see the significant values. I missed the other 0. And then you can see the asymptomatic or asymmetric, yes, whichever, significance values. You can see they're all zeros, which means that they're below this 5 or 0.50. Put this point right here so it looks a little easier. Which means that there is a significant result. So what was the H0 again? The H0 said that there is no relationship between the class and the gender, whereas the H or the alternative hypothesis is that there is a relation between gender and class. So what we can infer from these tables is that there is a relationship, because no females wanted to take the circuit training class. Now, if these numbers were more half and half or had more of a split in there, then obviously the H0 would be more approved or accepted. So keep that in mind. The chi-squared, pretty simple. Again, there's a math formula that we can use, but SPS can do most of the work for us. I don't think Excel has that option. I know it has the T and the ANOVAs, but I don't think it has chi-squared. But needless to say, it's not something that we have to worry about as far as the math is considered. It's just knowing how to read the chart and read the tables. But that's it.